So now that we have properly installed Python, what we're going to do is we're going to set up labelImg. Go to Google, search for labelImg and open this GitHub repo over here. Now download this repo from here, download zip. I have already downloaded it to save time, as you can see over here. What I'm going to do is I am going to copy this zip folder and paste it over here in my softwares folder. Great. Now I'm going to unzip this, extract everything here, and done. Great. I don't need this anymore. I'm going to delete the zip file. Okay, so I can see that this folder is created inside. Let's get it outside. Cut this, paste over here. Okay, great. Let me rename this folder and cut off master. We don't need this. Let's keep it simple like this, labelImg. Okay, great. So we want to run this labelImg.py. Before running this, we need to set up a few things. We need to install some dependencies. If you go through the README file of this GitHub repo, the labelImg repo, you will see that we need to install some dependencies, which are PyQt5 and LXML. These two libraries, we have to install them. So what I like to do is I like to create a virtual environment at first, a Python virtual environment. So what is a Python virtual environment? It's basically a copy of Python for different projects. So what I like to do is I like to create a virtual environment inside this labelImg directory. You can create the virtual environment anywhere. You can create it over here, you can create it over here, anywhere. Doesn't really matter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up command prompt, cmd. Okay, let's minimize this. That's very distracting. Okay, so what I'm going to do is at first I'm going to change directory from C user Sajid to this. So let's copy the labelImg directory over here. Let's type in cd, then this /d. Now inside strings, let's paste the labelImg directory path and enter. By string I mean these double quotations. Okay, so now as you can see from C user Sajid, I have changed my directory to d demo softwares labelImg. So basically I'm inside this folder. Now I'm going to create a virtual environment. So what we do is we type in this command python -m, then venv, then we name the virtual environment, and the convention is we start with a dot and we can type any name. What I'm going to name the virtual environment is .venv, so .venv. Okay, and let's hit enter, and what you'll see is a .venv folder will be created over here. Let's click enter and see .venv folder, and here are some files over here. Okay, great. Now you have to create this virtual environment only once. The setup is done only once. After that you just have to activate the virtual environment and use it. Now before activating the virtual environment, let me show you something. Where do we have the Python installed? Where Python? See, it's on d demo softwares python python.exe, right? Softwares python python.exe here. Okay, so what I did is I created a .venv here, a virtual environment here. So let's activate that. So what you do is, so at first you have to enter this folder. So I'm already here. Now what I'm going to do is .venv /scripts scripts and activate. We have to just call that activate file. Okay, great. .venv scripts activate and hit enter. You see .venv in parenthesis. This indicates that the virtual environment is activated. Great, that's what we wanted. Now let me show you something. If you type in pip pip list, you will see that there is only the pip package installed, nothing else. If you type where Python, you see this demo software's labelImg venv scripts Python. So basically Python is being run from this virtual environment inside labelImg.venv scripts and Python. This is not in our environment variable. This path is found from the because of the activation of the venv. When we activate the venv, Python is being used from the inside the VM. Okay, great. Now after the activation, we have to install a few dependencies. Well, let me start again. Let's open the command prompt again. Let's enter this folder. So copy this directory cd/d, and inside double quotations we paste the path and hit enter, and now from C user Sajid we are in demo software's labelImg over here. Okay, now let's activate this .vm scripts activate. Let's activate this. So let's type in .venv/sc, and if you click tab now, it will autocomplete. See, autocomplete. Now slash, and we write act, we type act and hit tab to autocomplete. So what we have is VM scripts activate. VM scripts activate. Now let's hit enter, and as you can see over here, .venv is activated. Now let's install those two packages. You can follow over here. See, pip3 install pyqt5 lxml. So what I'm going to do is pip install pyqt5 lxml, and let's hit enter. And what it will be doing is it is collecting these, is basically downloading these packages, pyqt5 lxml. Also you can see it's downloading a few more packages. Well, that's because these are because these are dependencies of pyqt5. So let's wait a bit. It should be downloaded pretty quickly. Why is it taking so much time? I do not know. Oh, okay, so it's downloading. It should be done in a few seconds, so let's just wait. Okay, so it's done downloading the packages and the dependencies, and see, installation is done. Okay, now if we hit type in the command pip list while the virtual environment is activated, if you click enter, we see, whoa, so many. Before we only saw pip package, now we see 4 more packages added: lxml, pyqt5, and the dependencies for pyqt5. Now if we open a new command prompt over here, as you can see on the right side there is no VM activated. So if we type pip list over here, it shows only pip. That's because this is the global. So if you type where Python, the Python that is being used over here is from demo software's python.exe, the global one. But over here on our virtual environment, if you type in where Python, you see it's being used from our .venv, the virtual environment. Okay, that's the difference between the two. Great. So after this, after the installation of the dependencies, what we need to do is we just need to where is it? Yeah, for pyqt5 we just need to run this. Let's copy this and paste it over here. Oh, sorry, it's not copied. Let's copy again, paste. Okay, and click enter. Done. Now we can easily open labelImg. Now if we type in Python space label img, this name labelImg.py, and click enter, we see, voila, we see this GUI. This is our labelImg. Great. Now let me show you different ways to open labelImg. So at first we need to go to command prompt. We need to change our directory to the labelImg folder, so cd/d, inside double quotations let's paste our path for labelImg and hit enter. We're inside this folder. Let's activate the vm.vn tab to autocomplete, scr tab to autocomplete, act tab to autocomplete. Okay, vm scripts activate, vm.vn scripts activate. Okay, enter. See, our .vn virtual environment is activated, and now let's open up labelImg. Let's run this. So what we do is we just type python labelImg, and we can just press tab right now to autocomplete and hit enter. See, we have the graphical user interface. Now after opening this, we can click open dir, that is open a directory for the images that we want to annotate. So I have some over here in demo work, prescription images, image data. Open it up, and as you can see, a list of image files are here. Now if you change the save directory, and I like to keep the save directory same as the source directory, that is the image directory. So whenever I annotate, the files will be saved in the same folder, which is over here. Yeah, over here. Okay, great. Now there are other two ways how we can open labelImg. Let's skip this here and follow the readme. Okay, if you notice here, sorry, not here, here, labelImg image path and a predefined class path. Oh, sorry, here, right. This is another way to open labelImg. There, under Windows, install Python PyQt5, install XML. We have already installed Python PyQt5, install XML. We have also set up this. We have used Python labelImg, only this, to open labelImg in the most simplest and basic manner. Another way is, along with this command, we pass in an argument for the image path. So what we do is, after a space, we just paste this path, the image folder path. Just copy it, and in double quotations, let's paste it. See? Okay, so Python labelImg.py space, then inside double quotations is the image folder path, and let's click enter, and see, it directly opens labelImg, and the files are being shown here. You can also check if the directory is opened correctly. See, it's the same directory I wanted over here, image data. See, same. Also, let's check this save directory. It's the same, just what I wanted. Okay, let's close this. Now another way to open up labelImg is using these two arguments, image folder path and a class file path. So the way we do is, we just type in Python label tab to autocomplete space, and at first in double quotes we give the folder path, the image folder path. We just copy it, paste it over here in the quotation, and now we click space and start another double quotation, and here I'm going to give this class path. This class path consists names of medicines, various medicines. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to copy this folder over here and copy this, paste, and slash classes.txt, the class file name over here. You see, classes.txt. Let's just get this whole name over here, paste it. See, demo work prescription images classes.txt, demo work prescription images classes.txt, and now if we hit enter, we see that labelImg is opened. We see the file list over here, and now we see this, the classes inside classes.txt. For prescription images, it's very useful to have these classes file loaded, so that whenever we like to annotate, we can have a suggestion. Like suppose if you're going to annotate this author, so when you're typing OTH, see, you have this suggestion from the class file. So yeah, so these are the two ways to open labelImg.